Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. We have been talking about mental health treatment for a while, and today I decided to give you guys some information about how to supporting a family who trying to go through the recovery. When I mean family, we're talking about a specifically neuron or genetic family that suffering from the problem either with their adult or the children if they cannot dealing with their substance abuse issue. So today's topic will be cover how to support those people, and we're gonna looking at very different type of a perspective, right? From the whole family system to how substance abuse occur to a certain person and how their physiological reaction toward a different type of treatment. But at the same time, I also want to touch base on how we're gonna support it. So let's say you've been through treatment, you're talking to different type of a family, and you figure out like, hey, this particular family out there have problem with substance abuse issue. A lot of time the family dysfunctional relationship are not necessarily tied to the substance abuse, but a lot of time we know that there's a possibility that we have to deal with everything in not just one piece of information, but we have to dive in and dig into different type of problem. So I want to talk a little bit more about how you're gonna approach to those type of family. Let's say one of family member have problem trying to recover from the treatment, and let's say there's an adult father who has substance abuse, and how the children supporting their adult father or adult mother depending on the circumstances, right? So let's say the family member trying to recover and they've been through the substance abuse treatment and they get home, and the family member probably want to ask you how you're going to support it, right? And then in dealing with that situation, you have to looking at a different type of perspective, not just from mental illness, but at the same time deal with their family, seeing what's going on with their family problem. When a person come back from treatment, if the family is dysfunctional, one particular person in that family member will still exhibit certain type of symptoms. They may have a problem with systematic issue because of drinking. After drinking, they may have sleep disturbances. They may have problem gut health because they're drinking a lot. And in interpersonal part of it, you will figure out that the family member had different issue with boundary, with maybe attachment issue, self-esteem, and then there's a problem with communication. And the emotional part, you will see the person who feel resentment because they're coming out from the treatment and they're not able to manage their life, right? They have anger toward their family member. They feel depression. They may have jealousy. And I do see multiple cases that family involve different family member, and then they start to exhibit anger, jealousy. They feel like the parent was treating other person better, their anxiety. So in terms of dealing with all those different type of factors, you have to manage yourself at the same time to deal with their emotional burden involved with that person's physical concern, their interpersonal issue, emotional issue, etc. So a lot of times it's not really just manage their life. You have to focusing on how to make sure the family recovery. I'll give an example. A prime example can be, let's say Nicholas. He went through the treatment, he had depression, he feel like, nothing's going well, and he came back from the treatment and he go home. And you as a provider went there and to support him, right? You kind of checking on Nicholas, the father was having a drinking issue. And you find out that Mary, the mother, also have a drinking issue. So the burden goes to the children. And you go to their family member, you're trying to figure out, hey, how am I gonna be involving with your family treatment? Because maybe the son, the daughter will call you or text you and ask, oh my God, how am I gonna help? They're coming home, should they need more treatment? Is there any substance abuse treatment option available? And they went to the treatment, they come back, but my parents still acting the same way, and how can I put this puzzle together to supporting the family? And that is a time when you go discuss with the parent. Hey, you tell, let's say, Mary, Nicholas, you have this problem, you're creating a burden to your children. How are you gonna help yourself at the same time, because you have to rebuild a family, right? Maybe Mary, Peter saying that they're spending a lot of time at work and they drink a lot, and sometimes your work people, your work can be helping you as a good friend, or not good friend, but at least some sort of like company interpersonal relationship, like the people there at work, they can support the parent, right? Because you're spending a lot of time at work. But when they go home, they are still the nuclear family, right? They're blood related, so they need to figure out how to support themselves. So as you, as a provider, you clinician, you go in, you identify the problem, the substance abuse issue, and you coach them about how to develop the interpersonal problem, and you kind of address that emotional stress. So you go through all those things together, and then maybe you can figure out a plan to support the family, because the whole point is not just focusing on that individual person. Let's say Mary or Nicholas, they have problem drinking, they came home, but you have to figure out a way to help all the family member involved with this treatment effort, so the children can support their father or mother by coach them how to not to use, and at home they can restart their family value again, kind of discuss about the dynamic of their family. And you, like I say, as a provider, you kind of go in there and provide additional support. But like I say, you cannot involve too much, and you also have to set a boundary. So a lot of the time it's pretty much just go through there, provide psychoeducation and provide language service. Sometimes you can continue to talk to the family member to see if something will help out, because that's very important in regarding to those treatment progress. And of course, consistently check with the person that you're working with. The support system is very important, but the support system also need your support at the same time. So that's it for today. If you have any question about the family in recovering in the treatment, feel free to leave me any comment, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.